Welcome back from that short commercial break. Now, with me in studio are two students and the patron of a club in Africa, from a school, Zambia Police Children's School, that decided to start to practice and mitigate violence in schools and all surroundings where these students are a part of. Now, violence, like we know, is the use of physical force so as to injure, abuse, damage, or destroy anyone. But these students and their patron decided that they can take a different road so that they can be people that can master change in this aspect. And they decided to start and embark on a journey of non-violence. Thank you so much for coming in for the interview.
Thank you.
Yes, please tell us more about this initiative. Why did you decide to come up with this initiative in the school?
Okay, thank you. You see, a school community is a place where we have many people, many children. These children here, they have different minds. Yes. They have conflicts among them. You hear someone saying, I'm fighting for my book, this one has taken my book, this one has stolen my pen. So they also want to try to use that way of conflicting way to solve their problems. In the way that others fight, they don't report those things to the teachers. So the use of this club is there to empower these children here with skills of how they can solve problems among themselves, of how they can cool themselves down if at all someone is maybe highly tempered. So we train these ones here to work as I'll call them the friends to the rest, maybe to make sure they go in the rest of their friends and they cool them down, whoever has a case, whoever has a what, and they also help us as teachers, because as a school we have a disciplinary committee, but we can't go to each child. But these ones, they can understand themselves. They end up solving their matters without
What's the name of this club and when was it started? Okay,
the name is Peace Club Police Children's School.
Yes.
It is under Police Children's Schools only so far, but it was started in 2017.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many students do you have at school?
We have 2,300 children.
Now, with 2,300 children, how are you able to promote non-violence at school?
Through these very ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself and tell us how you have helped other students to promote non-violence.
My name is Ajibo Rebecca from Police Children's School, and I'm in 7B.
Okay.
How I have promoted non-violence in my school is like, if I find children fighting, I tell them that's not good, but what you are supposed to do is just telling others that if you fight, that's a bad thing, you may harm each other. But what you do, you sit down and solve your problems, you tell each one, sorry, I didn't know what I'm doing, okay. Now, like even me, my fellow friends, sometimes even I can get annoyed, but for a short time, as I say, please forgive me, I never knew what I'm doing. That's just, jealous. Sometimes I feel annoyed and I just take it like that.
Give me an example of a situation where you were caught and you got mad, but you remembered that you're part of this peace club and you decided to stop and teach yourselves and teach even the other person that you were annoyed at to become one of the people that can promote peace in this school. Give me an example.
Okay, it was my friend in class.
Yes.
I had gone outside. I told her that, please help me keep for me my book and pens. Let me go for a short call. Now I came back. About what had she done? I don't even know. She left my things there and then they stole them. I told her, why did you leave my things? I told you that, please help me and keep them. But for you decided to just leave them, then you go. What is not good? What I had told you. Now I got annoyed. We started quarreling. Okay. Now my fellow friends told me that, remember you're in Peace Club, and Peace Club you have to forgive one another. You're not supposed to quarrel. What? You have to resort to non-violence, but don't decide to resort to violence. Okay. I said, no problem. And I first kept quiet. After, I told her, you forgive me. I never knew what I was doing. But even me, I know it was a mistake. Mistakes are common. So I would ask for forgiveness. Should return the way as friends.
Okay.
That's the situation.
Okay. Please introduce yourself and tell me how you can advise the public out there to be people that can stand to also change and mitigate non-violence in their environment, in their homes, even your own home. Give me some advice on how you. Give me some advice on how you can tell other people to be the people to bring this change.
Yes, my name is Naxis Chipad. The first thing that I would like to speak about has me as the head boy of my school, and I'm also in Peace Club. So I do so perfect, I do so helpful to others. Come and say, you can find two boys, boys are ever stubborn, you can find, okay, we are stubborn as boys, we know that. You can walk on the way, you find boys, they are fighting for the pen or fighting for food.
Yes.
So you can just come to, okay, there's a way I can just help them. Tell them, okay, what you're doing is not good, okay, who is the owner of this? If I feel where I can't manage, I take the boys to the teacher to control and solve the problem. But where I can feel it is a simple thing, I can help them. Like once we're in the assembly, there's a boys, in the assembly, we are in the queue.
Yes.
So the boys were there not beating other, those stay coming behind, beat your friend, go behind. So I tried to come and tell, because I saw the boy.
Yes.
But when the boy who was beaten, was not complaining, who has beaten me? So the other boy, he was not there, also again complaining that I'm not the one. But when I saw him, I called him in a cool way, I told him, no, what you're doing is wrong, okay? Just leave it. We understand. Just focus on what has brought you here. Then after that, you can go back to class, but don't fight and don't because you're hurting others, okay? Don't do that. But the boys also try to change. I can see this. Okay, this club here, they have done so good to us because we are more than 50.
Yes.
Now we are helping each other. You see, in the same, you can say we are everywhere there, trying to control because also we are having prefect. We're trying to most of the prefect are also in Peace Club.
Yes.
So we're not trying to develop peace in our school. Yeah, that's why we are making everything. Even teachers are also glad of us. Yes.
But what's your advice to the public out there about non-violence? What can you say to those families that have issues, to those parents that fight while the child is around? What's your advice?
First of all, we like to say that in parents, what's happening mostly in parents, I know, okay, in homes, most of our homes, they're having violence.
Yes.
Reason that you can see some of us, we don't know how to control our tongue. The father can, and say the father also has nothing, can come from home that, hey, I'm hungry, my wife is something that for me to eat. Also mother does call, did you leave here anything? So also the man, when also we feel that, how can I ask and answering me like that? So we also start slapping.
Okay.
So also mothers, wherever you are, you can also know that. If I speak this way to hurt my husband, if I speak this way to hurt my children, like people must learn how to control our tongue. That's first of the thing. Yes. Because even the Bible says the tongue is a little thing, but it seems say just as a stick of a matchbox. Yes. It can burn the whole bush. So that's just a little word that you have spoken. Yes. You can even see it and burn the whole house. I think parents are fighting these days because of the violence that they are creating. Amazing. Yes.
Amazing. Now, Mr. Muhindo, how should families practice non-violence, to add on to what he said?
Okay, thank you. It's all about trust.
Okay.
Families have parents, have children, relatives of these children here, and a conflict, where there is a conflict, it is sometimes brought by truth. For example, maybe if I'm a father, I may go wrong somewhere. Yes. After going wrong somewhere, I don't want to admit that I've done something wrong. Yes. So the mother or my wife will now begin insulting me. Why have you done this? Why have you done this? At the end of it all, I will try to reject. I will try to reject. Yes. So, and that one will bring chaos. Okay. But if one of us can agree the mistake that each has done, then I think that one is one way of solving the conflict in homes. Amazing. Yeah, and that non-violence is a way of solving things through the right way. Yes, yes. Whereby I may come, maybe I'm annoyed. My wife, I had some news that maybe my wife is doing this and this and this and this. I'm not sure. Before I investigate, someone will either come and tell me your wife is doing this, doing this. So I want to first come in immediately before I also investigate that matter, which is not good.
Now, I understand African Leadership and Reconciliation Ministries has also played a huge role in this initiative. Does it stem from the fact that the group is religious, because the students were emphasizing on the point of forgiving? Is that where it all comes from as well? Like, how has African Leadership and Reconciliation Ministries been a part? Is it because of religion that is playing a huge role to forgive each other, to trust each other?
Okay. No, now that alarm, it is called Alarm Uganda, has African Leadership and Reconciliation Ministries. We use the word forgiving each other because that one is the main route of bringing non-violence. Whereby if you forgive your friend, you will feel your heart is retrieved out of that anger that was there. Because many people use violence because maybe they are anchored, they feel like they have been annoyed somewhere, they have anger on their heart. So they want to use it to drive away the anger that is on their hearts. So we use that word of, that phrase of forgiving one another in the way that forgiveness is the only way to solve issues. When you forgive someone, you just know I've forgiven someone.
Amazing.
So, and this school is a school that has all religions. The Muslims are there, the Protestants are there, the Catholics are there. But we understand all religions, they stand on the theme of forgiveness, forgiving each other. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Rebecca, what would you want to say, the last thing that you'd want to tell somebody out there
What I would
about
like to
violence?
tell somebody there out that don't ever don't ever, if others have families, don't bring in your things to start confusing them in the, for example, when some people are married, then for you, because you like rumor mongering, then you come disturbing other people's family. It's now like assuming I am your husband. Now there is another wife coming to tell me that, you know, your wife likes going there outside to men, doing what? Okay, those kind of things. And even me, I get annoyed. I start quarreling with you, but when I don't know even if I'm sure or not.
So what would you tell that person? What do you have to say to that person?
What I would like to tell that person is, if you pass through that situation, what you have to do, sit like a family. Then after that, you find some solution to that problem, but not just bringing violence in the family. Just get something or a solution, get friends, then you discuss something. And also people should not forgive one another. And they should not interfere other people's relationships, because that's not good.
Thank you so much for coming in for the interview. That was Nsambia Police Children's School. We come to a conclusion of the interview. Thank you so much for watching UBC Lunchtime News. Have a good afternoon.